Memorial Day was uneventful. And that's all.
Any other comments?
Any comments?
Sorry?
How was your Memorial Day?
Mine's was good.
I slept a lot.
Stay upstairs.
I napped the whole lot.
Dancing?
No,
No
How's
dancing.
your dogs and cats?
they're doing well.
Good.
But, my knees don't allow that dancing.
Get a chair.
Okay. All right, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved. Second.
Moving second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Minutes approved. All right, Mayor, how was your weekend?
I feel like I should say no comment. Really good.
That's a good answer. That was a good answer.
Oh, get some stops in chairs and stuff. Virgil,
Tonight we got two for you. This is for 3256 30th Street, main structure and accessory building. You can see they've started working on it. They've got the exterior completely done.
You're not right.
The house is secured from the public, and you can see the accessory structure's been tore down. They got to finish cleaning the trash up. Our recommendation for this one is to withdraw this one and allow him to just continue to work on it through the permitting process.
Yeah. Cool. Great.
And he will not be here tonight.
Okay.
okay, where is that again, Virgil?
That was on 30th Street, one block off of MLK.
Well, I bet his neighbors like him now.
Yeah, this one, he purchased this one to do this. So this gentleman that purchased this house, he does a lot of he'll purchase a lot of our condemned houses, and he does a pretty good job of rehabbing them. So.
Okay.
All right. And we got another one for you. This is 2645 25th Street. Same type of situation here. The exterior has been completely done. He's got a permit pulled. The house is secured from the public. Want to do the same thing. We want to withdraw this one as well, allow him to finish working on the inside through the permitting process. I'm not sure if this owner will be here tonight or not.
And what is your recommendation again?
Withdraw.
Okay. All righty, anybody?
Just a
Go ahead.
question.
Yes, sir.
And it has, do you not have to have a back door?
Probably gonna put it
It's
out
on
for
the side.
Oh, okay.
See that set of steps right there? There's a side door on it. But to answer your question, no.
Okay.
You only have to have one means of egress. Then, of course, the bedrooms have egressable windows to get out. So,
Okay, any questions for Virgil? All right, thank you, sir.
yes, sir.
Zach?
Thank you, guys. So we have two for you tonight. One's a public hearing, and then one's an introduction for an annexation that can be voted on tonight as well. So this rezoning request is RHZ Development, rezoning approximately 15.91 acres at 3200 Foster's Ferry Road from R2 to ML, Council District 1. So here's the location of the property. Just south west of that square is Palmore Park, to give you an idea of where you're at. It's a pretty large vacant piece of property today. It's been vacant for a while. You can see the zoning's R2, the yellow. South of it is ML, which is what they're proposing to zone to. That's Foster's Industrial Drive. FedEx facility is there off of that cul-de-sac. Yeah, I know Mr. Wilson has been involved in this one. So they are requesting to rezone from R2 to ML in order to build light industrial development with an office space and a laydown yard. So what that looks like, and again, they're not held to this, but this is kind of what they're proposing. So 5 or so standalone buildings. They'll probably have a roll-up door and an office space with a bathroom. You see these kind of popping up recently, I feel like, in the past few years. And then they've got that lay-down yard in the rear. So that is what they're requesting. It does not conform to Framework. Framework identifies this as suburban residential, similar to the north. So you can see that on this zoning or on this future land use character map. However, Planning Commission did unanimously recommend approval at their meeting. I think their justification for that, I don't see Ms. Howard here, but the ML zoning to the south is what they're proposing to go to. It's
You
been
said it's
vacant
in
for a while.
District 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there you go.
Can you talk about the buffer for the neighborhood? That's been a great concern.
Definitely, yes, sir.
And, yeah, go ahead.
So that green up there on the north, so again, they're not held to this, but there are buffer standards required in our zoning ordinance as they develop. But they are proposing they're showing a 75-foot buffer here. And we'll hold them to what our regulations say, and I'm sure that they're gonna go beyond that based off of the discussions that we had at
What are
Planning
our
Commission.
regulations?
I was about to say, is that the minimum?
I think 35 feet, 35 feet or 10 foot in a wall with parking, but
Yeah.
again, it depends on when this is actually coming forward, because we're going through the framework process to update our codes. And so if this comes into the new year, hopefully we'll have that adopted, which we have more stringent recommendations for landscape buffers.
One thing that I asked the developer, and I'll probably ask him again, was to give updates to the community because there's a neighborhood right across the street, right next to it. And we want to make sure that those neighbors are not disturbed as they're resting and things of that nature. So
Definitely.
yeah.
And then these are just the permitted uses in the ML zoning district. So that's that one. That's the public hearing tonight. And then the annexation that we have for introduction that can be adopted by unanimous consent. Following introduction is for 1.8 acres at 15129 Marina Drive. So this is the dockside restaurant annexing into the city off of the lake. I'm sure y'all are familiar with this. They went through the dock process through Lakes Division to get that updated recently as well. So they're just annexing into the city so that they can sell alcohol on Sunday. This is identified as a future expansion area. These are, again, we send these out to every department or division to provide any comment. Of course, ESD is not going to provide services to this area, and then Tuscaloosa Police Department did specify that, with the specific use, it could increase their need for police resources, but at this point it's unknown. But it didn't necessarily mean that they had any issues with it. That was just their comment. And this one was unanimously recommended for approval as well at Planning Commission. All right.
Hey, thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
Mayor Maddox?
Yes, sir, I'm gonna defer to Chris Meggs. He's gonna handle the report.
Okay.
His team did a fantastic job for Household Hazardous Waste Day, and so I want them to take the spotlight. So, Mr. Meggs?
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everybody. So, as you know, Household Hazardous Waste Day has grown significantly over the years, and we're excited to always be a part of it. First of all, huge thanks to Nucor for all they do as our sponsor of this event. Just a few statistics for y'all on how big this was, even with the weather that we had Saturday. Saturday, we had 440 vehicles come through this event in a 4-hour period. So our staff serviced over 100 vehicles an hour. Of that, we were City of Tuscaloosa vehicles that come through. We check them as they come in to make sure they are in Tuscaloosa County. 288 of those were from the City of Tuscaloosa. 105 of those were from the City of Northport, and 47 were from the county. So all those guys came through. We were able to dispose of and recycle 45,570 pounds of hazardous waste.
Oh, wow.
So that's huge. And a huge thanks to MXI. MXI is who we use. We contract through them to get rid of this stuff and recycle it as it's needed. But to keep that out of our landfills and our houses is a huge thing. So it's something that we're very proud of and we take pride in. And we thank y'all for always pushing it through. Next year, June the 7th, we'll be doing it again. So make sure your constituents know that paints, gas, oil, things like that. Yeah, these are a few pictures. I'm sorry, I got you. So this is just to give y'all an idea of how big it actually is. By the time we open the gates, we've got cars wrapped around from the back of Fire Logistics, which is that building there, all the way to the red light at Pico. So when we open the gate, they're flooding in. We're running 4 lanes to try to process them as quick as we can. We have about 40 employees on site. 28 of those are, 18 of those are ESD. We have special events on site. Huge thanks to the special events crew. They do a great job. Comms was there making sure that we get pictures and we're getting it out where we need it to. And then we probably have 18 of MXI's employees out there. So what you see here is them coming through, checking in. That's how we know that they're supposed to be there. They're inside the county, and they're not a business or anything like that. So this is only for residents. These are some of our guys working here. So when their cars pull up to the stop line, you see MXI in the background. A lot of those guys you see there are ESD employees. We service them. It's a no touch, no contact thing. They pull up, open their trunk or the bed of their truck. We unload it for them and we sort it to where it needs to go in the proper bin. That's an example of how large the area is. Batteries, you see all kinds of stuff there. And that was pretty much the event. But thank y'all again. Y'all have any questions about anything? Go ahead.
We went and they were doing a great job. It didn't take any time at all. Is there any point in paving that first little entrance road that is like,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's on there.
okay, good.
It's on there.
I had a complaint from the driver of my car.
Yeah, it's rough in
You had to get that one out.
And you still slept with it that night.
Yeah.
So June 7, 2025, let everybody know, bring your household hazardous stuff and let us dispose of it properly. And, keep
Don't
it
y'all
out
do
of-
another one, a different, you do things twice a year, don't you?
We
Another
just
one's-
do this once a year.
The
Yes,
other
sir.
ones, don't you just with tires or something?
We do a Christmas tree event at Christmas time, but
Yeah.
tires, we can dispose of those throughout the year. We just need a request called in and we'll come pick them up.
Christmas tree is what I was thinking about.
Yeah, sure. That's the second event you're thinking about.
Great job.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Mayor, is that all?
Yes, sir.
You have-
We have 3 items for executive session.
Okay, all right. Great. Haley,
Yes, sir. So we have 2 boards to talk about today. The first one is Tuscaloosa Sister Cities International Board of Directors. Mr. Tyner's term has expired, and he would like to be. I know. He would like to be reappointed, and Ms. Keith.
He needs to work on his telephone.
Kick him off. Right?
yeah, kick me
You
off.
wanna be kicked off? You'll be plus vote.
I'd love to stay on, but.
Well,
You need to.
we'll think.
Okay. Have you ever been on one? I've hosted. I have not been on one.
You need to go.
I move that you go on one.
Yeah.
Second.
You need to
I would love to. I have had reasons that I couldn't, but, yeah, I've hosted twice. But, yeah,
Okay.
I'm the only one. There's not anybody.
Yes, sir. You're the only one at this time.
We don't want him to pout.
All right. The next one is the Historic Preservation Commission. We talked about this one at the end of April, so we have 2 openings currently. We had Mr. Edwards and Mr. Morris's terms both expired on May 31st. Mr. Morris has expressed that he would like to be reappointed to his term. The mayor's recommendation at this time is to go ahead and reappoint Mr. Morris and open up the portal and accept resumes for 2 weeks and then bring it back.
Who's Morris? He's with, he's with,
George Scott.
Scott.
George.
Jordan Morris. He's with Ward Scott, architect.
Is the other one Charles Edwards?
William Edwards.
Is he, doesn't want to be reappointed?
He's coming
Not
on.
at this time. He would not like to be
Okay.
reappointed.
So we'll take 2 weeks from,
Mhm.
take resumes.
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Okay, thank y'all.
Thank you, Haley. Mr. Holmes.
Good afternoon, council.
Good.
I am about midway down on page 2, where on page 18, you'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, services. This is a total of $17,635.01.
Hang on a second.
This
I don't have one.
is a,
All right. What page, Scott?
Yes, sir. This is page 18, where you'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, and services, a total of $17,635.01. This is for Fire Station number 5, acquisition and river market repairs and maintenance. This is a previously budgeted purchase. On page 19, you'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, and services from Northport Power Equipment. This is a total of $26,000 and it's for automated mowers. And again, this was a previously budgeted purchase. On pages 20 through 21, you'll be authorizing and approving the submission of an application to the state of Alabama for a grant under the 2024 Emergency Solutions Grant Program to provide funds for Salvation Army temporary emergency services and SAN DBA turning point for street outreach, homeless prevention, and rapid rehousing, and to pay emergency shelter costs. This came to you in CD committee on the 21st. On page 22 and 23, you'll be authorizing to make budget and program amendments to the 2022 annual action plan and to advertise those amendments to the city's 5-year 2020 to 2024 consolidated plan for community planning and development programs. This came to you as well in the CD committee on the 21st. On pages 24 through 25, you'll be authorizing the Office of Community and Neighborhood Services to make program and budget changes to the 2019 through 2023 lead hazard abatement program. This again came to you in CD committee on the 21st. On page 26 and 27, you'll be authorizing amendment number 2 to the subrecipient agreement for Habitat for Humanity of Tuscaloosa and authorizing the mayor to execute an amendment with Habitat for Humanity under the city's 2022 Community Development Block Grant Program. This again came to you in CD committee on the 21st. On page 28, you'll be authorizing a disbursement from District 1 improvement funds to the Tuscaloosa County Parks and Recreation Authority for temporary lighting for Palmore Park. This is a total of $1,550 and was presented to you in finance on the 21st. On page 29, you'll be authorizing disbursement from the District 1 improvement funds for Central Elementary Fun Day. This is a total of $398 and again was presented to you in finance on the 21st. On page 30 through 31, you'll be tentatively awarding a public works contract to Ryan Shirley for the 2024 Southern Garden Storm Drain Project. This is a total of $91,680 and came to you in projects on the 21st. On page 32, you'll be authorizing a professional services contract with Alertus Technologies LLC. This is a total of $11,500 and came to you in projects on the 21st. On page 33, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Renovations Plus LLC for a total of $56,800. And again, this came to you in projects on the 21st. On page 34, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Warrior Security LLC for $22,710.17. And again, that was presented in projects on the 21st. On page 35, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Crimson Carpet and Flooring. This is a total of $1,060 and again came to you in projects on the 21st. On page 36, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with the Robinson and Sons Construction Services. This is a total of $36,000 and came to you in projects on the 21st. On page 37, you'll be authorizing a consulting agreement with Kavanaugh McDonald Consulting LLC for an annual evaluation regarding the conversion of the police and fire pension fund to the retirement systems of Alabama. This is a total not to exceed $15,000 and was presented in finance on the 21st. On page 38, you'll be authorizing a consulting agreement with Kavanaugh McDonald Consulting LLC for preparation and actuarial evaluations of the GASB 60 and the GASB 75 reports. This is a total not to exceed $24,200 and again came to you in finance on the 21st. On page 39, you'll be authorizing a contract renewal with Municipal Collections of America. This came to you in finance on the 21st. On page 40, you'll be tentatively selecting Duncan Coker Associates PC for professional engineering and related services for the 25th Street Basketball Court project. This came to projects on the 21st. On page 41 and 42, you'll be authorizing amendment number 6 to the resolution that establishes budget for the 2022 B warrant series. This was presented in finance on the 21st. On page 43 and 44, you'll be establishing a budget for the 2024 B warrant series, total of $75 million, and this came to you in finance on the 21st. On page 45 and 46, you'll be introducing amendment number 1526, rezoning approximately 1.45 acres located at 13605 Highway 11 North from BH to ML. On page 50, you'll be adopting a sales tax holiday for certain covered items for 2024. And on page 51, you will be setting July 2nd, 2024 as the date for public hearing for that zoning amendment I mentioned previously. One item to note, council will recall earlier this spring, the Tuscaloosa City Schools came to you with a funding proposal that required this council to pass a resolution, then went to the Alabama State Legislature. The Alabama State Legislature this last session passed their act authorizing the election for the increased millage for the city schools. I hope to have a draft ordinance for your review that I will send out tomorrow. It will be on council's agenda on the 11th, which is next Tuesday. And I expect to have TCS reps here on Tuesday at pre-council and council to answer any questions you have about that.
Conceptually, what has to be approved again by the council?
You have to set it.
The council approved it,
Today.
go to the legislature, right?
Yes, sir.
Now they've said, okay, you can have a date, and now this is the date.
You
for
set
approval?
the special election. Yes, sir. What will be before this body will be an ordinance setting the special election, which I believe is September 24th
That's right.
of 2024. So, any other questions for me?
Any questions for Scott?
Thank you, council.
Thank you. All right, we've got projects, finance, admin, properties has been canceled, and council meeting at 6. Fire and Police Pension Board will meet Monday at 9 a.m. Any other comments, communications, or anybody? Okay, by the way, council, I've got it set up with Martha Griffith for our next meeting with, I call all the president's men in the council for June 13th at 11:30. We're going to tour the University Club and the University Club and have lunch there. And it'd be 2 hours, 11:30 to 1:30. I think, Stacy, you got the email I sent to you and Vicky too about if you want to ride together, we can leave from here. Yep, and it's been something that we've been doing since this term began, and I think it's really been great to develop these relationships. Last time we went to the new admissions area on the Bryce, old Bryce Hospital lawn. The Randall Center, yeah, that was incredible, and I probably would have not gone had we not been doing this. So they just thought we would tour the University Club and then eat there. So John's the only one I've heard from. Thank you, Mr. Fail. But if y'all would just either tell me now, because they need an exact head count this time as early as possible. Everybody in here? Okay, good. And then before then, let me know if you want to ride, so we'll know. I guess Scott will take us, Stacy, probably.
Yes,
And hopefully I'll hear from Raven. Great. Okay, is there a motion we go into executive session?
Second.
Yes, sir. As your city attorney and attorney licensed to practice law in the state of Alabama, I can certify that this executive session is to discuss with their attorney the legal ramifications of and legal options for pending litigation, controversies not yet being litigated but imminently likely to be litigated or imminently likely to be litigated if the governmental body pursues a proposed course of action, as well as discuss the consideration that the governmental body is willing to pay for, offer, or accept when considering the purchase, sale, exchange, lease, or market value of real property.
Okay. We have a motion second, to go to executive session. All in favor say aye. Aye. Aye, any